Good morning, class. Today we'll be studying energy transformations. So, you have already studied about kinetic energy and potential energy. Fine. Now you know that kinetic energy is acquired by a body whenever it is in motion, and potential energy is acquired when it is static, but it is acquired due to the condition of the object or of the body. Okay. So, and in your previous class in 7th standard, you have studied that there are so many forms of energy. Mechanical energy has these two forms, kinetic energy and potential energy. Then there are several other forms like thermal energy, thermal energy, heat energy, they are same. Then you have studied solar energy, light energy, then chemical energy, and several other forms also you have studied, right? So, energy can be transformed from one form into the another, right? We will study different examples today only, where we will see how energy is transformed from one form to another. Okay, then one more thing, that work can be converted to energy and energy can be converted to work, right? We have studied also. When I was telling you potential energy, I told you when you uh, climb up on a slide, what happens? You are working against the gravity to climb up, right? And then that work is stored in the form of potential energy. Fine. So work can be converted into energy and energy can also be converted into work. This is what the law of conservation of energy states. It says that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, you cannot create energy, you can only transform it from one form to another. Fine. When you need energy, you have to get it from some, maybe you take some food, you take some juice or something. So what is happening? The food that you are eating, that has some chemicals and that helps you. So it is having chemical energy and that helps you gain the energy whichever you want. Like you want your muscles to work, then you want that chemical energy to be converted into kinetic energy, right? So energy can be converted from one form to another, but it cannot be created and it cannot even be destroyed, right? So it only changes from one form to the other. Fine. So let us see the examples. So first example, these are all examples from your book only. So the first example, rubbing your palms. You must be doing in winters. When you rub your palms like this, what happens? Your palms get heated up. Why does this happen? That is because you are doing some work. Fine. So you are moving your hands like this. That means your hands are having kinetic energy. So that kinetic energy is converted into thermal energy, or you can say the work you did, that is converted into heat energy. Fine. Then there are certain electrical gadgets we use at home, like toaster, heater, geysers, electrical kettle, oven. What are these things doing? For example, geyser, what does it do? When you switch on the geyser, the water gets heated up. So what is being done over here? Electrical energy is converted into thermal energy. Okay, in case of heater, electrical energy again is converted into thermal energy, heat energy. Right? Toaster, what happens? You can toast the bread over it because it gets heated up. Then there are certain other gadgets like fan, food processor, washing machine. What are these things doing? What happens when you switch on the fan? You are giving the fan electrical energy and the fan starts rotating. That means it is the electrical energy you gave, that is converted into mechanical energy, and because it is moving, you can say it is converted into kinetic energy. So both of these are correct, mechanical energy or kinetic energy. Then electrical bulb. What happens in case of electrical bulb? When you switch on the light, electrical bulb, what are you doing? You are giving electrical energy to the bulb and it lights up. When it lights up, the electrical energy is converted into light energy, and after some time when you touch it, you can see that it is heated also. That means some of the electrical energy that you provided, that is converted into heat energy also. All of the electrical energy is not used in light energy only, some of it is converted into heat energy. Fine. So this is the example that energy is not destroyed. Okay, suppose you say that all the light energy that we were getting, that is not the complete electrical energy, then other maybe some of the energy is destroyed. No part of the energy is destroyed, it is converted into heat energy, right? Then there are fuels like coal, gas, kerosene. These are used to let us take the example of stove. When you light the stove with the help of any of these at homes that we use, that is the LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, or there are stoves that use kerosene also, or chulha, there we use coal. Okay, in all these cases what is happening, these are all chemicals. Okay, so the chemical energy stored in these fuels, that is converted into heat energy, but you can also see it in the form of flames. Okay, so some of it is converted into light energy and some in heat energy. Fine. Then whatever food you eat, I have already told you this. So the chemical energy stored in the food, that is converted into kinetic energy of the muscles, you can say. Right. Then the cells and batteries that we use, those have chemical energy in them because they are chemicals, no? So chemical energy stored in them, that is converted into whatever form of energy we require. For example, if you have a toy, suppose I have a toy car that works with batteries. So what will happen when you put the battery into it? The chemical energy of the battery is converted into mechanical energy. The car will start moving. Or you can say into kinetic energy, right? But say we are talking about, suppose, mobile phone. What does the battery of the mobile phone do? The chemical energy of the batteries of the mobile phone, that is converted into electrical energy, which gives power to the ICs of the mobile phones. Okay, so it is converted into electrical energy, and what does it do? It also lights up the screen. So some of it is converted into light energy. Fine. So in this way the conversion takes place. Then you can say the landline phones. What happens in case of landline phones? When you speak, the microphone converts the sound energy into electrical energy. That electrical energy goes through the wires to the other end of the line, whoever you are talking to. There what happens, there is a speaker over there. The speaker will convert the electrical energy into sound energy. So sound energy is converted into electrical energy, and electrical energy is converted into sound energy again. And what happens in case of mobile phones? There we are not using wires or anything, no? What happens there? The sound energy is converted into radio waves, and radio waves have energy. They require energy to travel. Fine. So sound energy converts into energy of the radio waves, and that on reaching the other end is again converted to the sound energy. So this is how the energy is converted from one form to the other. No part of the energy is destroyed. Even if we are not getting all of the energy into our work, then some might be excuse me, some of the energy might be changing into heat that did not come into our use. Okay, but energy can never be destroyed. Then other thing is simple pendulum. So basically here in simple pendulum we have to study the transformation of energy in case of simple pendulum. So this is also one of the example of transformation of energy. You have studied simple pendulum in your previous class. If you have forgotten, let me tell you, give you a very short review of this. This is a string which is attached to a bob here. This is a circular heavy mass, spherical heavy mass, and this mass, with the help of the string, is attached to a rigid support. When we displace this pendulum a little from its position, what happens? It will start oscillating like this. Okay, so it will go from the position A was the initial position, or it is known as the mean position, right? So from the mean position it goes to two extremes. First it is going to B, comes back to A, goes to C, comes back to A, and this process goes on. Fine. Now this level, if this is the mean position, this level is supposed to be the you can say, let us suppose the zero level, okay, where that point, or you can say the ground level, from where we will be measuring the height and everything. Okay, so the at the mean position A, the height is 0. At this point height is 0, right? Because this we have just supposed, we just suppose this level to be 0. From ground it must be certainly be at a certain height, but because these levels are to be compared with this one only, so we consider it to be at a height 0. So don't get confused, you just have to know that at this level the height is 0. Fine. That means when the height is 0 at this point, the potential energy will be, you know now that potential energy is equal to mgh. When height is 0, potential energy becomes 0, and kinetic energy will be half mv square, right? And now we have displaced it to B. What is happening? As it is reaching there up to B, the height is increasing slowly, and this is the maximum height it is gaining, and I have written it as h. H is the maximum height it gained. So at the maximum height, what will happen? The potential energy will be maximum, and that will be mgh. And what about the kinetic energy? Now see, from here it won't go further. Okay, it will come back, it will start coming back. That means at this point the velocity becomes 0. So because the velocity becomes 0, the kinetic energy becomes 0 over here. Understood? So all of the kinetic energy that was here, that has converted into potential energy when the bob reached the point B. Understood? So, and in between, suppose I ask you what is the energy at this point. So here it will be having some potential energy and some kinetic energy, okay, depending on the height and velocity. Understood? Now when it will come back, what will happen? The height will again start decreasing, so potential energy will decrease, and it will become 0 at this point, and velocity will start increasing at this point. Okay, so kinetic energy will be half mv square. Then again, as the pendulum will, the bob will go up to C, what will happen? The height is again increasing. That means potential energy is increasing, and it becomes mgh, and kinetic energy will become 0 at this point. Understood? So at the two extremes, the potential energy will be maximum and kinetic energy will be 0. At the mean position, potential energy will be 0 and kinetic energy will be maximum. That means at the mean position, the velocity will be maximum, and at the extremes, the velocity will be 0. Let me write it for you. So what did I say? At the mean position, what is happening? Kinetic energy maximum, potential energy 0, and velocity maximum. Fine. At extremes, kinetic energy 0, potential energy maximum, and velocity 0. Because kinetic energy is 0, velocity is 0. Because kinetic energy was maximum, velocity was maximum. Understood? So this is how the energy is being converted from one form to the other in a simple pendulum. That means the sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy, that is the total mechanical energy of the system, should be constant. If I say the whole of kinetic energy is converted into potential energy, then whole of potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, then this sum should be constant. Then what does this mean? This means that the pendulum should never stop. It should continue oscillating forever. Okay? So this is the ideal case. It should not stop. But will it happen actually? If you displace a bob, won't it stop ever? It will stop. Slowly, the amplitude will decrease. The extremes that will decrease, and ultimately it will come back to its mean position. That means somewhere the energy is being transformed into some other forms also, right? That so what is happening actually, the bob is working against the air molecules, right? It has to make space for itself. It is working against the air molecules. So in order to do that, in order to face the friction of air, it has to do some work also. So some energy, some part of the energy is converted into work. That is why there is some energy loss during this process. That is why in the real world or practically what happens, the pendulum will not keep on oscillating forever. It will ultimately stop. Fine. So that was all about a simple pendulum. Fine. So that's all for this video. Bye children.